Welcome back to the Slasher Siblings podcast. I'm your co-host Cicely,
I'm your host Hayden.
and we have a special guest here today. Please announce yourself.
The father of these two wonderful people.
Andrew Culver. Thank you for joining us today. I can't even take you seriously. Today we're talking about Terrifier 3. Came out in 2024. It is not yet rated, even though it should be rated very R. And it is 2 hours and 5 minutes too long. Would you please read the description for
I will.
us?
Art the Clown is set to unleash chaos on the unsuspecting residents of Miles County as they peacefully drift off to sleep on Christmas Eve.
We just got back from the movie theater. Cicely watched it the other day so she could watch the baby while we were at the movies.
I took one for the team.
And then we really twisted Dad's arm to be our guest for this movie.
I'm pretty sure...
No, I think I volunteered.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure he suggested it.
He volunteered for this. It was his idea. Which is...
Kind of to force Cicely to have to watch it.
I literally was sitting there watching it saying, they did it again. They made me watch the third one. I'm not watching the fourth one.
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are.
I have no choice.
So let's go ahead and read the question from last week.
The Thing arrives at Outpost 31 in Antarctica disguised as what animal?
Dad, do you know?
I know it, but
What is
Go
it?
ahead.
Yeah.
Alright, it's a dog.
Yeah, what kind of dog?
Was it a husky?
Yeah,
Would
that's
have
the
to.
answer.
I mean, it was up in the north, so
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Good
We
job.
just watched it like a month ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I bought it.
Cool.
If you got the question right, good job. If not, better luck next time. So, we'll get into Terrifier 3 here.
Let's dive right in.
Let's dive right in. Sis, what did you think of the movie?
Well, I am proud of myself for sitting all the way through it. I'll say that. I was really, really, really tempted to leave. I am one of those people. I said, you know what? I've seen enough. You know what? I don't need to see the end. You guys can talk about that. As soon as it was over, I got up and left.
For the people listening that don't know, somehow, there's extreme gore.
Yeah, and a clown.
That's... Oh, yeah, and a clown
Technically,
for her. But
whatever the hell his
He's a
lady
mime.
was.
they're both
Is
mimes.
she a mime?
Yeah, they're both
He a
mimes.
But he's a clown. He's Art the Clown. He's Art the
He's a
Clown.
clown.
Technically, he's a mime, though. Because he doesn't speak.
I guess.
He doesn't speak or he can't speak. I don't think we know.
That was
I don't know,
really deep.
but yes. Anyway, yes, there's a clown, so she's already out. But she was also disgusted by the gore.
It was
I don't
all
think-
just bad. For
I don't think
me.
extreme gore is putting it light or extreme enough. Like
Right.
it took extreme to like a higher level. I think.
It's so hard to watch.
Dad, what did you think?
I completely disagree. I mean, yeah, it's extreme gore, but I thought it was great. I thought it was best one yet. Actually, there was less gore scenes than I thought there would be. I thought there would be like... I thought I read that there was going to be like 6 or 7 or something. There was really like 4 major scenes or something. 4 or 5, whatever it was.
But what they did was they like balanced it out with how much gore is in each scene.
Oh yeah, like it was excessive for sure. It
and
was,
excessive in a good way.
yeah.
Debatable.
No. I mean, it was certainly the most gore yet, but I would say that there was noticeable improvement in quality of acting. The script was good. Dialogue was really good. There was multiple actors in there that are like, you know, they've done some stuff.
Tom
Yeah.
Savini was one.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
Who
See
was
him.
that one?
he was the homeless guy after the bombing. He was on the news.
Yeah.
Like, some guy dressed as a clown.
Yes.
I heard a big fucking explosion.
Yes,
Yeah, that's Tom
and
Savini.
there was a guy you probably don't know. It was Gabby's dad. He was from Pretty Little Liars, and I didn't even
didn't
Google
know
that. I just have seen the show enough to know.
The security guard at the mental asylum where Art and Vicky were is Chris Jericho, the wrestler.
Yeah.
Oh, so they had some.
They had some.
The budget was a
celebs in
little
there.
higher.
Yep.
Well, yes. We'll get into that
We'll get
later.
into that.
You know, the other thing is that it was the funniest one. Yeah.
It was
By
so
far,
funny.
it was very funny.
It was
Thank God.
hysterical.
A lot of comedic relief.
It was very
that
funny.
I needed. Because it brings you back. I'm like so like, and then I laugh.
You're
I'm like,
horrified,
oh, okay.
and then he makes you
I'm
laugh.
fine.
Yeah.
I felt like it was like there's a scene at the beginning, and then it's like 20 minutes, and then there's a scene, and then it's like half an hour, and then there's a scene, and then another half an hour, and then there's the final scene. It's kind of like set up like that, where it's not like the whole way through, like I kind of expected. It's sort of in segments.
I think I would consider probably the first two. It's like a little bit of gore the whole way through the movie, wouldn't you? Because it's like
I felt like there was long periods between any kind of gore, where it was just normal setup.
I meant the first two movies.
Oh yeah. I think
It was like the first two movies. It was like a little bit of gore just
I think
through
it was
the entire
more
movie.
kind of through the whole thing. This one is a little more spaced out, but you got your money's worth.
In the
on
first
each
two movies,
scene.
there was like one giant gore scene, violent gore scene, and then in this one there was 4 giant gore violent scenes.
It might have been 5, but
Or 5,
it was
whatever, but
it was.
But they were all violent and gory.
Yeah, there wasn't any little ones, that's for sure.
No.
Yeah, they didn't spare anybody. See, I think I set myself up for failure for this one because I fuck around and watch Trolls every night before bed. And then I go into something like this and I'm like, oh my god. I can't
See,
handle
we
it.
watched 1 and 2 the last 2 nights.
You prepped.
To prep for
I did
it.
not prep.
Yeah.
I watched last night. What did I watch? Robots.
I mean,
watched,
Last night I watched The Crazies.
I watched Robots.
yeah, that's not gonna.
It's
that's
not gonna help.
That's not going to prepare you. But I watched all 4 of the first 4 Screams this week. The Crazies.
Gracie's is excellent.
Yes, it's good. We got to do
We
that.
gotta do that one.
Yeah, we haven't done that yet. But I do have a few key scenes that I want to talk about. I want to talk about the opening to this movie. So,
Yeah.
obviously, if you made it this far, you know this is a spoiler review of the movie.
Yeah, don't keep listening if you haven't seen it.
Yeah,
if you want
but-
to.
I mean,
silly.
half of it's already ruined at this point anyway. So if you started the episode and wanted to see the movie, then it's your fault. But
Pause here. Come back.
so the opening, it like starts out like any other normal Christmas movie, like you know.
Tits norms.
Frighteningly normal.
But I mean, like the normal family dynamic. If you put on like I don't know, like Home Alone, and it's like the family, and they're she hears Santa on the roof and all that.
Yeah.
But it quickly turns bad when Art comes in, and the fact is that it was him. You know it was Art the
Yeah.
Clown. There was no miscommunication. Well, the people watching the movie knew that was Art the
Yeah,
Clown.
for sure.
Obviously, the little girl wasn't sure, but
Did they
She
ever
thought it was
show?
Santa. Them killing that little.
No, the little girl. They never.
No, I'd like to think she's still alive.
I think he let her go.
Definitely killed the little boy though.
yes. So
And before this, I was on the phone with Maggie, and she's like, "I think this movie is getting a lot of shit because like children dying in the movie." I said,
Oh, I'm sure.
and I
they
thought
will.
she was talking about the other ones. I said, no, like no, I don't think so. And then I went and watched it, and I said, "Oh yeah, you were right,
And
by
you're
the
definitely
way."
right on
well,
that
Halloween killed a kid too. So
I said, Pet Cemetery killed a child.
yeah, that's
You
What's
know
the
what,
big deal?
though?
I said they cross the line when they start killing dogs.
I heard, because somebody that I'm related to, I won't name him, said
Shade.
about the kid thing today.
Oh man.
He'll know who I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
I wonder.
And
I don't think he listens.
I thought that it was going to be like way worse to see, and it
You just
not
had
that
to
it's
listen
good,
to it.
but it wasn't quite as in your face as
What you would expect.
what it could have been,
Yeah.
and
But
it's
I think,
probably
like,
good. But
Multiple children died, not just one.
Oh, yeah.
later on.
So it's like, oh,
But,
a lot of
but
kids
in
died.
this specific scene, he brutalizes all of them, but
yeah.
the kid. He chops every limb off of the body. You don't see it, you hear it, and he's just hacking away at this kid. And then he goes into the parents' room. And
How did she not wake up?
that's what my question was going to be.
Yeah.
The one thing I did find a tad bit weird was the fact that the little girl opened the door and the light hit her in the face, and she woke up. But she didn't wake up when her
Well,
husband.
Murder in her room.
That's
and
how heavy
just
you
sleeping
sleep,
right
Hayden.
on through it.
I mean, yes,
That's
but
literally
like
how heavy he sleeps.
the light from
Sorry
the
if
hallway.
any serial killers listening to this. After him.
The light from the hallway woke her up, but the axe murderer didn't. I thought that was a little weird, but
I was like, wake up!
and the fact that she turned and looked at her husband,
She
saw
took
Art,
time.
and just saw an axe split his face in two. I couldn't imagine
No,
being there. Like that's
I couldn't do it.
rough. And then he proceeds to go downstairs and then brutally hack apart the mom, just like he did the child upstairs. That was... I knew from that moment forward that this was going to be 1 and 2 put together
Yeah,
and like
just
doubled.
Christmas.
Yeah, just Christmas. What are your opinions on that opening scene?
Hey, I like the aesthetic. I liked how the lights were wrapped around the stair railing.
That
I thought I already kind of said I thought it could have been
worse.
way worse for normies to handle.
Yeah.
Even though they still wouldn't like enjoy it, but yeah, I thought it was cool. It was good.
The special effects were definitely something else.
Yeah, that's my favorite part because
Yeah.
it's like old school effects, and like it's not real, but it's
Kinda feels
still done really well. For I mean, to me, I'd rather see that than CGI.
Yeah.
It just looks so fake. I don't care how good the CGI is. You know it's not real.
Yeah.
That, even though you still know it's not real, looks way better because it's like splurting everywhere, and
I think that's part
you
of
can
why.
hear it, and-
Yeah, I think that's part of why I like the Terrifier movies so much, and another reason why I would like Art the Clown too, is the fact that they use a lot of real effects. Like when he was hitting the husband in the face with the axe, they literally had to have had just like a mold of his head and just told what is it, David Howard Thornton, is that his name, the actor for
I
Art?
think so.
They told him to just hack away at this fake head of his. Like there's no how do you choreograph something like that, like a scene like that? You just tell him to go crazy and just watch him murder this puppet. Like,
He's gotta have fun doing that.
but that's why I like Art the Clown so much. And actually, my favorite slasher is Ghostface because he's just a dude in a costume killing people, right?
He's literally, at one point, a teenage boy.
Yeah. And
Two
then
teenage boys.
I guess I mean Art the Clown is a demon, but like he is just like a dude in a costume. And like I like, Friday the 13th and Elm Street and Halloween and stuff, but like they're like a supernatural thing that like disappears
Yeah.
and comes back and stuff. Like Art the Clown just like runs after you and chases you down and stuff. Like that's why I like these movies and him so much.
Yeah.
But
And he can get decapitated
yeah.
and survive, I guess.
The next thing I want to talk about is the 5 years prior.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. Like
That was a cool way to the backstory. That was a cool way to introduce that backstory to us instead of just saying, "Oh yeah, he, escaped or whatever."
It was like sorry.
It was cool to see like the cop come in and like, see the decapitated body sitting there, and then of course it's Art the Clown possessed by a demon.
Yeah.
So. Of course, in true Art the Clown fashion, he gets up, decapitated body.
That was disgusting.
I thought he was just gonna run away.
Yeah.
Oh,
no. It's Art the Clown. You can't just.
He still found a way.
And for the people that want to know, is that he kills the cop, rips the cop's head off. Puts it on his decapitated body, and he holds it there. He was holding it there in the subway.
Yeah.
He was just holding it on.
The lady looked at him. She said,
That took me out when the camera turned to him and he's just going like this to the head. You can't see me, but I'm holding my own head. When the camera turned to Art and he was just holding the head on his body,
that was gross.
I couldn't help it. Yeah, it was gross, but it was like hilarious.
Just the definition of minding your business.
Yes.
She just
I think she was knitting. Was she knitting?
She was looking for something in her purse.
She was doing something.
But I also think
I could tell her vibes were she does not give a fuck, just by the way she was.
She might have been on drugs too.
Probably.
But you brought up the backstory earlier, is that this is a very like backstory heavy movie. As far as like, telling us how exactly Art the Clown came back. And after the subway scene, we see him go back to, or not go back, I guess, but go to where Vicky's held, the mental asylum, and he gets his head back. On top of getting a follower out of Vicky now. As if, she was always wanting to be part of Art the Clown, but he collects her into the fold, I guess you could say. And this is where Chris Jericho's character is now dead. Killed by Vicky strangling him, which was, and they just...
It was worse than that.
It was worse than that because Art and Vicky ripped his entire face off.
Yeah.
Which, once again, was very cool. Special effects.
Yeah.
Like, it literally looked like they were ripping his face off.
That was disgusting.
It had me thinking a couple times, was like, how is this not real? You know what I mean?
This cannot be fake.
How is this fake?
See? They're doing a good job.
It makes me think of this movie. The director was like arrested and went to court because their movie looked so real.
Yeah.
Something Holocaust.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the director went to court because the deaths on screen looked so real that he literally had to produce the actors. He had to make all of the actors come in and prove.
That was in Europe, I think.
Yeah, they had to prove that they were still alive from this movie. And it was almost to that point for this movie. Like, Chris Jericho's face being ripped off his head literally looked so real. I thought that...
they actually did it?
What's his name? The director? Leone.
Damien
Leone. I thought Damien was going to be getting arrested here soon. But, no, it was definitely a...
Should get arrested anyway, so they can't make any more.
And I hope he makes 10.
No, I'm getting into that later. But, I want to talk about... You brought up how the comedy is in this movie. Art meeting Santa in the bar.
That was funny. I liked that scene.
It was great.
He was fangirling over Santa.
Oh, so hard.
Which was absolutely hilarious. But my favorite part of that whole scene, aside from him pissing on him, was that my favorite part of the first movie, one of my favorite parts from the first movie, is how Art gets knocked down and he just whips around, shoots the girl in the face. They took that from the first movie and put it in this scene where he's digging through his bag of instruments, pulls out a gun, shoots him.
And they're just standing there watching, like, what's he gonna do? And then, oh, now you're
That
dead.
was insane.
I like that instead of him doing the thing you're going to expect, he pulls out like a hammer or
It's
a butcher
usually
knife.
Something you don't expect.
Yes.
Yes.
And he just whips out a gun and shoots him instantly.
It makes you forget that, he could use a gun.
I love
he
the
uses other things
unpredictability
so
of
much.
Art the Clown.
I think most of this one, especially, most of all of them, but this one especially, is like kind of hard to predict what's going to happen.
Yes.
You're expecting gore, sure, but you're expecting maybe, the normal kind of thing to happen, and that's usually not what happens.
Right.
And you usually aren't going to guess what it is that he does, or kills with.
Well, I was not expecting him to use the canister. What's in the liquid nitrogen.
Yeah.
I was
That
not
was
expecting him to
disgusting.
use that as a weapon.
Oh, he had fun with that.
Yes.
Ooh.
But then he took off the beard off the Santa.
I knew it. That I
And was
did know
wearing
was
it.
coming, because he said every Santa has to have a real
A real beard, yeah. And like I said on the poster for this movie, he like skinned Santa's face and was wearing it as a necklace or whatever. So I knew he was gonna do something to Santa. I just didn't know what exactly. But it was definitely. But yeah, like I said it earlier, he has unpredictability. That's what makes him so cool. And this is an entirely unpredictable movie as far as what he's gonna do. And now that I'm thinking about it, I think in all three movies, I don't think he's reused a weapon.
A gun.
Well, a gun, but I guess they were two different guns. But
Oh, probably.
Glock
Maybe
and a Beretta,
I think when he uses something, he just ditches it.
I think.
Like Tallahassee and so.
Yeah, kind of. There's a lot of mental health issue stuff in this movie that Art really fucked up Sienna pretty bad. And she's dealing with the side effects through the whole movie. And it's, for me, I like that angle because it's like you're trying to figure out what's real and what's not for the second half of this movie. From the moment he sees her, or she sees him in the mall, it's like I kept asking if he was actually there. Especially in the scene where she woke up at 2 a.m. and went downstairs and Art and Vicky were just standing there nailing the uncle to the wall.
Oh,
I was
God.
like, wait a minute, is this real? And then he knocked her out and taped her to the chair. I was like, oh,
It is.
it is real.
Mm-hmm.
I liked that angle of the writing that they had used for this one. And I want to bring up what you were saying about the 10 movies. The next installment for this movie is supposed to be a fourth one, but that's all he wants to do because
I thought I read he's going to do 5. He said he doesn't think he can get the story told in 4. He's going to do 5.
I don't know. I've read something,
Pretty
but
sure
he
I
doesn't
just
want to
read
do 10 because
Well,
it gets kind of
you'll
excessive.
Wait and see how
he
much
says.
money he makes. And
That is
Yeah.
true. But he said he doesn't want to do that because it gets a little crazy and like the story lacks after a while. Because I mean, you got 10 Friday the 13th. They're not all great. You got I don't know how many Elm Streets. I don't know how many Halloweens, and they're not all great movies.
Oh, come on.
I mean,
Halloween
no.
2's good. Nobody gives it credit.
I mean,
No,
I'm not saying
H2O.
I don't like H2O very
H2O.
much.
I like it.
I haven't seen that in forever.
But like movies that go 10 in a series, lose quality after a while.
If they all make money.
I guess, yeah. But
Because everyone wants to check it.
yeah. And if this momentum keeps up, he could make 10.
Honestly, with as good as that one was, like even if if you don't enjoy the kids part, but as good as that one was as far as the plot, the acting, all that stuff. It was quite good. I could see at least 2 more. In my opinion,
Yeah,
minimum 2
I would
more.
watch them easily.
I think once you see how the story's playing, because it kind of revealed more of this, like, kind of like what's going on in this.
It was
story.
definitely a cliffhanger ending.
Yeah, but I mean, like the kind of like the lore and why it even started with the dad and all that.
Right.
I don't think he can get that done in 1 movie. That's why I'm pretty sure I read that. He said he can't get it done in 4. He has to.
I'll take 5.
I just told him on that the other day. Pretty sure he said he's going to have to do 5.
I'll take it.
And just watching that one, there's no way it's done in 1 more movie. Unless it's a 6-hour movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
There was what do you think was the most brutal kill of this movie, sis?
Brutal kill.
Yeah,
Shower scene.
Dad.
Yeah.
Oh, I take that back.
You're switching it. What?
Which one?
It's the rats.
Down the tube.
I could not watch
She
that.
could still been alive through a lot of that, actually.
That was the most disgusting
It's disgusting.
thing I almost gagged.
Yeah.
I gagged during Tusk, Human Centipede. That almost got me. 'Cause I couldn't even look at it.
I think it's the shower
As soon
scene.
as I saw the tube going in the mouth, I knew what was happening.
That was
As soon as he pulled the
so
tube
gross.
out and the blowtorch, and I already knew the rats were there, because
I
I heard that they used to put rats in a bucket and put it on people's stomach, and then heat the top of the bucket, and the rats would try to
Shoot
dig
down through.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That made me squirm.
So I knew that that's the angle he was going for.
That made me squeal and squirm. But oh my god! Like,
But that
everywhere.
shower
That
scene,
was
though.
disgustingly.
That was just fucking nasty.
That was just disgusting.
That's what I meant when I
That's
said
just messed
nasty.
up. As far as absolute brutality, the chainsaw scene.
Yeah, that was probably
the
close.
shower chainsaw.
He ripped
scene.
the girl apart inside there, and I liked the moment where he took the glasses off and looked into her eyes, like he was talking to her without saying anything. He was like, "This is what it looks like when you look in my eyes," and now she had that moment.
She wanted to know.
She wanted to know, and then
Wild.
he proceeds to
She
rip the guy's
manifested
balls
it.
apart with a
Oh,
chainsaw.
that was something to see.
That was nasty.
Yeah.
Jesse was like, "It's gonna go up his butt." Right there.
The most brutal kill from the first movie, they replicated it in the third with the chainsaw, cutting the girl in half.
Well, he didn't use a chainsaw in the first.
No, but he replicated that type of kill. He just cut him
Kinda,
straight in half.
yeah.
We watched that together for the.
Which, the first?
No, not both. The first one. For sure.
I'd probably say that my favorite part of this movie is the fact that he spared no expense. Like, he didn't... I'll kind of get more into it in the fear facts part, but, like, he didn't diminish on gore just to make a movie. You know what I mean? You can tell that these people are, like, having fun. You know? Like, Sienna, I know that she's getting beaten the crap out of, but, like, she genuinely seems happy to be part of this movie. Like, on the Terrifier social media pages, like, she's in all the pictures
Really?
and happy and hugging all the other actors and stuff. Like, all the actors legit seem happy to be part of it.
I think because you see some actual, kind of mainstream actors popping up in it in this one, I think that people are like, hey, I want to be a part of this.
Yeah.
They're not getting paid millions or anything.
No.
They're at least actors that you've seen before. And they did a good job.
What did you guys like about this movie?
I have a couple points to make.
Go for it.
The part where she creamed her pants using a shard of glass.
God.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that's what she was doing at first.
And then he went, naughty.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I said, oh, okay. That was disgusting.
That was disgusting.
She really freaked me out. Like, he freaks me out, but she really... I
think it's the face.
Looked at Jessie on one of the scenes of her face, and I said, I don't know if I'm gonna sleep tonight. 'Cause this bitch. Like, second thing, in the final scene when she was taped into the chair, he kept slapping her head.
That was fucking hysterical. Sorry.
I could not stop
That was
laughing.
hysterical.
That was hilarious.
When he kept just swatting her.
It was so funny.
The comedic tone of this movie was perfect.
Real good.
So funny. So funny.
And they were talking dirty in the dorm room. He's like,
Yeah, he
He's
said,
like,
Make
making-
around the corner listening.
Yeah, he was
That
listening.
he
great.
said, do you want to fuck him? And he said,
she's like,
She's
no, I
no.
don't want to fuck him. And you could hear it. You could hear him say, "Oh, darn it!"
it
Like
was so funny.
you could hear it, and he didn't even say
Probably why he
anything.
killed her.
Yeah, it was probably why he killed her.
So from now on, when I take a picture of somebody, I'm gonna say, "Smile, bitch."
Wow, bitch. You should.
He said that. I was cracking up.
Other
else?
points. The scene where they're in the house and she's in the tub.
Oh, she slits her
rips
arms
her
up.
arm open.
That must have been
That was
like the
disgusting.
ritualistic way of getting the
okay.
demon part
Yeah.
into her, because she was a normal person
Yeah.
until that moment. Obviously, she couldn't be a normal person because she woke up 5 years later,
Yeah.
not dead,
Yeah.
and not decayed either. So
Said, well, might as well.
might as well wake up.
I question, are there demons? Is that what we're going with?
That's what I
I don't
hear.
see
yeah.
any other explanation.
Well, how's the dad's stories come into it? Like,
I
I
feel like
sorta-
he fucked up. and
he
knew.
unleashed the demons.
Must
Yeah.
have.
But he just created this stuff out of thin air. Now it's real. Like, how does that?
Imagination?
4
Yeah.
and 5. Number 4 and
No, what I
5 will
mean
probably
is-
explain it.
How do you combine the fact that he was drawing these people, these characters, and now they're real, and also the fact that these are demons? Like, I don't understand. Like, know where that's going. I mean, it's kind of cool.
I guess it's
Like
magic.
I said, number 4 and 5 will tell us, I'm sure.
Well, as soon as she took hold of that
Yeah.
picture of
We
herself,
started seeing
everything.
the visions, yeah.
Started tweaking.
Anything else?
I don't know if I believe if the brother is dead.
I think I don't.
I don't think that
They didn't
convinced
show
me.
him. They didn't even show
Because they
any-
lied and said it was Gabby. And
Mhm.
then they lied and said
I
they
don't-
just put glasses on it.
I don't think it was.
I think he'll come back.
Yeah. They're never dead unless you see them dead.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is
And
absolutely.
with Terrifier, we see everyone die.
Yeah, I think that was probably one of the kids from the shower.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Probably just took a head
Took
with
it.
him.
Yeah.
You know, why not? Bags
You'll
full of
never
all kind
know.
of other stuff.
You'll never know who's headed.
Anything else, sis?
I think that was my last point.
Dad, do you have anything you want to talk about?
Comedy, man. It was.
That's
comedy
really
was
had it
at
going for it.
least as equal as the gore.
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny. I thought
It really had the comedy
And-
going for us.
You know what? You know what kind of cracks me up too? He's washing the dishes.
Yeah.
Like-
Why
Yes.
are you washing
Like
the
they're
dishes?
throwing in these like
They're all dead.
like he in the one shower, like he went and washed his hands with gloves on.
He went.
With gloves on.
Bloody gloves on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like they're making him do these like normal things that everyone like normal people would do right in the middle of like all
Killing
this
people.
gore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? He's in the
It's
kitchen
like
washing the
humanizing
dish off
him.
because he ate the cookies. I mean,
Yeah.
just it's throwing that stuff in. You're not expecting any of
No.
that. It makes it interesting.
They put it at the precise times, too.
I think it humanizes him.
A little
It
bit,
does.
Like, you know how you're like, oh, that dehumanizes a person. No, this is doing the opposite. You're like, oh. Well, he's washing the dishes. That's
Yeah,
kind
I
of nice.
guess.
And he puts it back real nice
Yeah.
and neat in the thing. Like, what?
Like, what are you doing?
Anything else?
I don't think so.
The only other thing I wanted to talk about is the bomb.
Oh,
I was
my
not expecting. I was
God.
expecting like a head to be in a box or something.
I expected it to be a bomb.
I expected like a head or a heart or some like type of body part.
I was
and
hoping
the kid,
it wasn't a bomb.
and
actually,
Yeah.
honestly.
and then when the kid That was something.
And I'm glad they didn't show it go off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I wasn't expecting that as far as, like, that's not a normal way that you would think Art would kill people with a bomb, you know? I was not expecting Art to use a bomb.
Care.
No, he doesn't care how he kills people.
Yeah, I think he'll do anything at this point.
So, what are your ratings?
Scare factor, 10 out of 10.
Agreed.
Will I watch it again? No.
Gore factor, 10 out of 10.
No.
15
not
out
gonna
of
put
10.
myself through that again.
So what would you rate the movie as a whole?
10.
That's a 10.
I think it did its
thought
job.
It was great. I enjoyed it more than the first two, and I liked the first two. I thought it was great.
I would probably give it a 9 as a whole.
It's negative Nancy
Look at this
over
guy.
there.
No, as like a legitimate number.
You
What's wrong
think
with a
our
legitimate
numbers were
I
legitimate?
see how it is.
In my personal opinion, yes, it is a 10 out of 10. But saying, like, as a legit movie number, it would be a 9.
All right, then.
Alright.
So I do have some
Alright, Mr. Technical.
fear fact stuff here. You guys saw the lady on the bus at the end reading the Ninth Circle?
Yeah.
That was the very first time Art the Clown has ever been mentioned ever in the Ninth Circle.
Oh, yeah?
That's his first iteration of
Oh.
anything. The first film debut was
All Hallows Eve.
All Hallows Eve.
Oh, really?
Or it was a short.
Yeah, he's in that.
And
didn't see
then
it? There's something cool in that he hasn't done since.
I don't think.
there was a short called Terrifier with him. And then there was his first feature length, like, first movie was Terrifier 1, obviously. But he was like a supporting character or something in All Hallows Eve. I haven't seen it.
There was like 3 segments. He was one of them.
Yeah.
There was something really cool in that. He, like, did this time warp, not a time warp thing. Like, there was this person in a car driving, trying to get away from him. And he was, like, way back there, you know? And they're driving along, and now all of a sudden he's there in front of him again. Like, he was able to, like, almost, like,
Yeah.
shift,
like, be where he shouldn't be, which I thought was really cool. And they haven't done anything like that since. But
they're trying to
just interesting.
It seems like they're trying to make him more of like a humanoid demon.
Maybe.
He only has like human capabilities rather than teleporting everywhere or whatever.
Yeah.
Or he's just speeding up, slowing down, speeding up.
He's getting older.
Huh?
He's getting older. You know?
No,
You
I
get
mean, like,
older,
in
you
the
slow
car.
down.
Speeding up, slowing down. In the car. You
So-
get what I'm saying?
So Damien actually refused movie studios that were like throwing money at him
Yep.
because he just assumed that they would tell him to tone down the gore.
Well, he wouldn't have been allowed to do the opening scene, and probably not the one with the bomb.
Yes.
So how is it in theater?
Because he independently pays for it.
Oh, and the
With his
theater's
own
just
money.
Like, yeah.
Did they want to make money?
Okay, so they're like, yeah, we don't care. No, I don't care. It doesn't bother me, but I know it's fake.
I mean, it's not even rated,
Yeah.
so
Ah,
he went around the system.
that makes sense.
That's another reason I like it.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
So, USA Today has named Terrifier 3 as one of the top 10 most highly anticipated horror movies of 2024.
Oh.
There was a lot of horror movies this year,
Wait,
too.
top 10 of the year?
Yeah, probably if you go
I
back
would say top 10 of
the last 10 years.
What's been one of the more than that?
I don't know. I didn't see the list. I
mean,
want to look
yeah.
at the list to see what was there, but like there was like Long Legs. I don't remember what else, but there was a bunch of
What
horror
else
movies.
came out this year that was good?
We did that one. What was it? The First Omen, I think.
That was fucking scary.
Yeah.
I think I'm the only one that got truly scarred from that movie. You need to watch that.
I didn't see it.
So the next one, on Monday, October 7th, it was reported by media outlet bloody disgusting that the Film Classification Committee of the country of France has made the rare step to ban anyone under the age of 18 from seeing the film. The last time the country issued such a ban was 2007 with Saw 3.
Damn.
There were some kids in the theater tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I had some children right beside me too.
There was 3 or 4, and I don't know. The one looked like he might have been close to 16, but a couple of them were probably down around 12.
Yeah.
10 to 12, and I don't know. That's a great idea.
I don't think I'd bring my nieces and nephews to
I think
see
if
that.
you're an adult, whatever, but yeah, I wouldn't take anyone under 16, personally.
And yeah, like I said, that several big studios showed interest in financing, even without a full script, but he turned them all down because they wouldn't let the opening scene that he describes as very controversial, and he would have to probably tone down the gore and whatnot. And how I said about the Ninth Circle, it's a little more in depth than I said. There's a woman reading a book called The Ninth Circle by an author called Rosemary Castavette. However you say that. This is a reference to both the original short film where Art the Clown first appeared, The Ninth Circle, and Rosemary's Baby, which features the titular character Rosemary and also characters with the surname Castavette. So it's kind of like a multiple Easter egg. Yeah. I really enjoyed the movie. I did. I thought that, like you said, the comedy with the gore, and the gore was upped way higher than the other two. And Sis, you brought up probably the funniest part of the movie was him slapping her in the back of the head. That seemed something like
he just walks by, just slaps her again,
like 4 times.
It seems like something that the actor might have just thought of, and he just did, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It didn't seem like it was in the script, but it might have been.
It was funny.
But it was. You weren't expecting him to do it twice either.
I mean, he was hitting her with a wooden mallet earlier, and now all of a sudden he's just swatting her head with his hand.
And when he walked out and then came back, I was not expecting him to smack her in the back of the head again, and that he did it. I was like, I couldn't help it. Anything you want to close out on, Sis?
I gave it a 10 out of 10 because if it makes me cover my eyeballs multiple times, yeah, you got me.
It was effective.
It did the job.
You were scared,
I wanted
right?
to leave.
Were you scared?
Oh, yeah.
Did you laugh at the funny parts?
Oh, yeah.
Was it gory?
Oh, yeah. 10 out of 10,
No
baby.
negatives. I mean, it's gory. If you don't want to see gore, don't go see it.
Don't go, yeah.
Dad, closing remarks?
It was good. I got nothing else. It's good. Go see it. I'd go see it again. I want to buy it when it comes out.
Yep, me too.
I'll pass. Thank you.
All right, Sis, why don't you read the next question for him?
Will do. Who directed the 1999 film Sleepy Hollow, which starred Johnny Depp as Ichabod Crane?
Okay,
That's
so
easy.
If you know that one, put it on the Facebook.
Because you just looked at the answer.
I always look at the answer, but that's easy.
If you know the
about
answer,
it.
put it on the Facebook.
Use your brain.
And we'll catch it on there. If you want to see Terrifier 3, definitely go see it, because it was good. It was a great movie. I really enjoyed it. Cicely did not enjoy it
I'm
very
not
much.
gonna watch it again. I'll say that.
But definitely go check it
I
out.
have the pictures sketched into my brain. I don't need to rewatch that.
So, Sis, what's our movie for next week?
Child's Play.
It's spooky season, our 3rd spooky season. So we are gonna get Child's Play, then Trick or Treat to finish out the month. So, Dad, thanks for
popping on the pod.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me. Maybe I'll come back for something else that I like.
Yeah.
Roger that.
Roger that.
Make you watch something gory. That's what it'll be.
No thanks.
So we will catch you next week with Child's Play.
Catch you later.